Hey everybody, I'm so excited to be here. Here's my story. I was diagnosed with diabetes at 40 years old, and it seemed like everybody in my family had diabetes. My grandparents had diabetes, my sister has it, my cousin, my aunt has it. My mom died at 41 from diabetic complications when I was just 23 years old. She passed away. All I ever remember is my mom having fruit punch and cookies, and she really never took care of herself, and she passed away. We never even called it diabetes in my family. We called it the sugar. And it was just really normal to see people in our family with one leg roll up to the table and get ribs and sweet potato pie and cornbread and, macaroni and cheese, and they roll away. And it was not a big deal. Well, I used to eat everything: French fries, cheeseburgers, potato chips, juices, soda. And I remember going to the doctor one day because I had a lot of symptoms. I was going to the bathroom a lot. I had the numbness in my feet and my hands. I, couldn't sleep. My vision was blurry. Only thing I didn't lose any weight, so forget that one. Not 1 pound lost. But I went to the doctor, and she just used a lot of tough love on me because she said, "Sherri, how do you like acting?" And I said, "I love being an actress." And she said, "Well, I don't know how you're going to do it with half your face hanging off because you're destined for a stroke. I don't know if it's going to happen today or 10 years from now." And she said, "How do you like wearing all those shoes?" And I said, "I just got these Pradas on sale." You should go to a sale because you can get a good sample sale in New York. And I said, "I just got these shoes." And she said, "Well, you're looking at amputation. So you need to get it under control because you're borderline." Well, I remember they tested me, and she said, "Yep, she is." That's what I remember my doctor saying, "Yep, she is." And she came back, and she said, "You're diabetic." They immediately prescribed, I think, 3 types of medication for me. And she started telling me all this stuff I don't even remember about how to take care of myself. Well, I left the doctor and I went to the pancake house because I had to have that one last meal. I had pancakes dripping with maple syrup and strawberry syrup and butter. And I could barely lift my head up because when I eat like that, it's just like, you kind of falling asleep. But I remember sitting on the stairs, and for anybody who knows me, I'm very spiritual. And I remember sitting on the stairs, I was so sleepy. And I had this vision of my son, Jeffrey, who was 2 at the time, laying on the bed crying because he was trying to figure out where heaven was, because that's where everybody said mommy was. And I realized that I didn't want to do to my son what my mom had done to me. I did not want to leave him without a mother. And I also didn't want my ex-husband to get another woman raising my son. He ain't calling nobody else mommy but me. And so I just decided I needed to change. I changed everything that I ate. I stopped eating my favorite, which was my pasta with pesto and chicken mixed together, pancakes. I stopped drinking my pina coladas. I just changed everything, and I incorporated more vegetables, more grilled chicken. And the one thing, about the vegetables, I love them, but no matter how many vegetables you eat, they will never taste like a number 6 supersized combo. But I did it because I wanted to be here for my son. That was my motivating factor. I started exercising, and that's the way I've been living for the last couple of years, well, maybe 3 years. And they took me off the medication. But what happened that was so exciting to me was Dreamfields came to me, and they said, "We got this pasta. We want you to try this pasta." And I was like, "I'm not trying no pasta because, that's what I do with pasta. And I'm scared because that's my favorite food." So I had this Dreamfields pasta on my counter for the longest. And I go by the kitchen and I look at it and it would look at me. It was like kind of calling my name. I'm not falling for the okie doke. But I decided to try this Dreamfields pasta. And I told my girlfriend Earlene while I was cutting up, I'm cutting up my garlic and I'm putting the basil in the blender. And I said, if we eat this and I fall out, you call emergency. And the second person you call is Dreamfields. But we sat there and I ate it, and it was so good. And I'm looking at the box, and I'm comparing it to the other box, and I see it's got this 5 digestible carbs, which I didn't even know what that meant. And it's got fiber. So it's so different from the other pasta box. And I'm eating it, and that is my favorite food, is pasta with the pesto. So I'm eating this Dreamfields pasta, and it's so good. Now, I tested my blood sugar before I started, and it was fine. I waited 2 hours. I tested it again, and I couldn't believe it because it had only spiked up a little bit, not even enough to be worried about. It was just like I had eaten some, vegetables and some grilled chicken. I couldn't believe that Dreamfields pasta had only taken my blood sugar up just a little bit. I am so excited about this pasta because that's my favorite food, and to know that I can eat it in moderation and still not feel like I am denying myself is a really good feeling. And I'm excited because I'm still gonna be here for my son for a long time. He's not gonna be calling no other woman mommy.